Exchange-traded funds, also known as ETFs, have become one of the most popular investment choices, with over $5 trillion currently being held in them. Now, in basic terms, ETFs are essentially collections of securities, and what goes into an ETF will depend on what the objective is. So that means that they can cover a wide range of sectors, different industries, different themes, which for investors means that they can gain exposure to one of those through an ETF without needing to purchase all of the individual securities themselves and make all of those sort of decisions. However, ETFs don't just cover the obvious things, they can cover pretty much anything someone might want to invest in, no matter how weird some of them might seem. Like, for example, if you want to invest in companies that are specifically focused on tackling obesity, no problem. There's the Obesity Fund with the ticker SLIM, SLIM. Or how about investing in the future space economy? Then there's the Procure Space ETF with the ticker UFO. Now, one ETF that's due to launch early in March is called the VanEck Vectors Social Sentiment ETF. And it's actually not entirely new. It's a revival of an old one which didn't really catch on at the time. But with the rise of retail trading and the recent huge stock moves based on social media trends, the asset manager in charge of the fund believes that there's value in following what social media is up to. Although I doubt that involves taking a big position on Dogecoin for some reason. So, the Social Sentiment ETF is designed to track the Buzz Next Gen AI US Sentiment Leaders Index, and yes, that is a mouthful to say. And according to the website, it identifies the 75 large cap US stocks which exhibit the highest degree of positive investor sentiment and bullish perception. The insights are statistically derived using machine learning and artificial intelligence analysis techniques applied to millions of unique stock-specific data points. Content is aggregated from online sources, including social media, news articles, blog posts, and other alternative datasets. And I'm assuming that other alternative datasets probably whatever Elon Musk is saying at that point in time. Now, amongst the biggest holdings are Virgin Galactic, along with some that you probably can already guess, like Apple and of course Tesla. But there are also some relatively lesser known companies like Beyond Meat and Dropbox, which are obviously still big, popular companies. And you know, the index has actually outperformed the S&P. Since last April, it's up 130%, whereas the S&P is only up a measly 55%. So perhaps an ETF tracking all of this isn't as ridiculous as it might first sound. The creator of the index has said that this is partly due to the number of conversations that are happening online. So before the pandemic, the AI was analysing around 2 million posts, and since the pandemic began, this has jumped to a massive 50 million per month. It wasn't just that though. Other reasons for the great performance include investments in Boeing and the cruise ship company Carnival, after there were discussions online that were calling the bottom of the big drop for those companies. But one problem you may have noticed is that the online crowd tends to move very quickly, and this could lead to a high turnover rate for the stocks that are included in the index. However, to avoid this happening, the index tends to follow the longer trends over weeks and months. So unfortunately for Redditors, this means that they aren't one of the main drivers. I'm sorry, Wall Street bets, it's just not your time. And in addition to the potential high turnover of stocks that are included, some critics of the ETF also say that it hasn't been tested enough against volatility. But what do you think? Will this new ETF be here to stay, or will it just suffer the same fate as before and end up not being popular enough? Is this the future of investing? You know, a lot of companies are already using AI and things like that to gauge online sentiment. So is this the way that things are going? Is it something that you'd include in your portfolio? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and thank you for watching.